Hey YouTube, how's it going? This is Mike, and I'm doing this as a video response to DVD Collector 1974's video review of Nosferatu. And I hope you can see that. It's kind of dark. It's a very dark cover. Hi James, good to see you. And I wanted to do this response for a couple of different reasons. Number one, I wanted to welcome you back after being away for a week. I think you two fell apart while you were gone. And very glad to hear that you had a good time with your family. I hope you managed to get some rest while you were having all that fun. But we all missed you. We're very happy you're back. And the second reason is I couldn't participate in this week's midweek chat because I don't collect comic books and I don't really get into the films made from comic books, so I couldn't take part in that. So I thought when I saw your excellent review of Nosferatu, I thought, now there's something I might be able to talk about. So anyway, here it is. And there's really nothing I can add to your review. It was so good. But I just wanted to tell you that I share in your enthusiasm for this landmark film. And for me, I have to say that it's all about Max Schreck. You know, he makes the whole movie. Has there ever been anybody in the world, in all of history, who was more perfect for a film role? I mean, I can't imagine what the guy looked like in real life without makeup, or maybe he wasn't wearing makeup. I don't know. When I think about the movie Shadow of the Vampire, I look at this and I think, you know, maybe there's some truth in that. I don't know, but the guy looked like a rat. It's just amazing. But yeah, for me, it's all about Max Schreck, and a lot of great imagery in the film. Very, very impressive. And this DVD that I have is from Kino Video. And it's a remastered version. Wait a minute. The original, the ultimate Nosferatu Symphony of Horror, sorry. Restored, authorized version with over 30 minutes of supplemental video. This is a one-disc edition. Does not have commentary, so it's not the same one that you have. But it does have some nice extra features, and including a lot of brief excerpts from other films by F.W. Murnau. That's kind of cool. And yeah, so I'm very happy to have this. I have to say that looking at your review made me sit down and watch this film again all the way through. It's been a long, long time since I've seen it. I think it has to be more than 10 years ago I saw it. I'm pretty sure I saw it on Turner Classic Movies. And then I've seen different excerpts from it at different times after that. But it's been a while since I've sat through it all the way. I actually bought this disc DVD just a short while ago and have not until now taken it out to watch it. So last Friday when I got off work at 11:30, I went up into my TV room, lights out, all by myself, and I just watched a movie, you know, sort of beginning at midnight, which is a perfect time to watch a horror film, and just got into it, and it was very good to watch. And I have to say that of all the scenes in the film that are the most effective, the one I think one of the standout images in all of cinema is the scene where he's on the ship and he's seen rising up from his coffin, you know, straight and stiff. I have to wonder, was that really him? Maybe it says in the commentary, was that really him, or was that some kind of a figure of Orlok where he just sits up completely straight in the coffin like that? That was an amazing scene. Whether it was him or whether they used some kind of a model or something, it was just an amazingly frightening scene. And something else, there were a couple of scenes that I thought were a little bit amusing, and one of them was when, what's the guy's name, Hutter? I keep wanting to say Renfield. When Hutter was looking down from the castle and he was watching Orlok load up the coffins on top of the cart. I mean, it was speeded up so quickly. He really did look like a rat scurrying around. And I don't know if that was the speed that it was intended to have, or for some reason it was mistakenly made that fast, but it actually seemed a little funny to me. It was hard for me to take that part seriously. And the other scene that I found hard to believe was the scene where Orlok got off of the ship and he was carrying his coffin like it was a big suitcase, and he was walking through town looking for the house. It looked to me like, number one, it was in broad daylight, so why wasn't he fading away? And number two, nobody saw him. Nobody anywhere was looking out a window and saw this human rat carrying a box. I just thought that was a little bit hard to believe. And I'm trying to remember, how was that scene done in the remake with Klaus Kinski? I seem to remember they did pretty much the same thing, but I don't know if it was any more effective in that film or not. But yeah, well, those two scenes aside, it's still a great film, and I really enjoyed watching it. And I found a quote in this book I bought last weekend. I bought another book about horror films, and appropriately enough, it is called Horror. How creative is that? The definitive companion to the most terrifying movies ever made, by Kim Newman and James Marriott. And I just bought this last weekend at Barnes & Noble, so if anybody wants to go and look for this, it should still be on your shelves. And he writes a lot of stuff about, this is not an encyclopedia, because it doesn't include every film ever made, you know, every horror film ever made, but he has a lot of excerpts and reviews of select films from different eras. And here's what he has to say comparing Nosferatu to the 1930 version of Dracula, directed by Todd Browning. 31. Okay. See if I can light some bad in here. Although primitive by contemporary standards, it has the distinction of being the first truly successful horror film, as well as a considerable influence on later vampire movies. Max Schreck's iconic figure, hairless head, flared ears, and elongated fingers, has become a secondary archetype for screen vampires after Bela Lugosi's Romanian lounge lizard. Did you hear that? This guy actually calls Lugosi as Dracula a Romanian lounge lizard. Now, I certainly don't agree with that statement, and I find it a little bit offensive, but I also think it's funny. And I don't know. This guy writes a lot of stuff that I agree with, a lot of stuff that I don't agree with. And it's kind of good to read something once in a while that challenges your thinking. It keeps you, you know, sort of thinking more. So no complaints there, but still a very interesting book. I would recommend that people get this. So I guess that's all I want to say. And James, I want to say something else. When I was reading about your vacation on Facebook, I saw all the fun you were having, and you actually encouraged me to take a vacation this summer myself. I was not planning to go away anywhere, just thinking about money and all this stuff. Plus, I'm very lazy. So on the spur of the moment, I signed up to go to another Star Trek convention. This was in Nashville. It will be the weekend after Labor Day. So I'm leaving on September 6th, and that's a Friday, and I will come back the following Monday. So yeah, I'm taking a vacation this summer, going to another convention. So anyway, so you inspired me to do that. So, okay, I hope you like my little commentary here, and if anybody wants to say anything, bad or good, please do. So, okay, I guess that's all. Good night, folks.